Hello, hello, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Waking Up with Waffles, the series where we get up super early in the morning and we play video games. Today we are continuing Monster Hunter Wilds, and we are hoping, every finger crossed, we are hoping today that we get to actually play the game, that we don't have any problems with all sorts of things breaking down on us. So that is the hope for today, is that we get to actually play the game. We just need to level up, so we're going to be hunting some tempered monsters, some big monsters, and let's see what we can get. Let's hunt this dude, a tempered baloney investigation. We, at this point, basically, we've beaten the game. There's one more big mission I need to do once I get, like, to max level. But at this point, basically, all I want to do is unlock all the cosmetics. My cosmetics are garbage right now. My character does not look great, so that is what we are doing. We are hunting monsters to turn them into fashion accessories at this point. So let's go hunt down this raging monster and turn him into a fancy hat. As always, it is early in the morning when we stream. Tell me your plans for the week. We are on Monday and it is daylight savings time, so I know a lot of y'all out there are missing that hour of sleep. You're still getting used to waking up, so, you know, I feel for you there. Alright, let's start with, let's see if we can get a big blast off on this guy. Yeah, we can. Boom! Big hit. That's like 600 damage to start with there. Block the ice. Blow up the small monkey. That small monkey got caught in the crossfire there. That poor thing just got destroyed. Hit him with the big one. I am also excited for this week because we have the lunar eclipse is happening this week. I want to say on Friday at like 3 a.m. we are gonna get the blood moon that is gonna show up. Blood red full moon. Gonna be great for photos, so I cannot wait. I plan to get quite a few photos of that if I can. If it tends to be, so Oregon tends to always have, like, we rain a lot here, but without a doubt, whenever there's a special event or something like an eclipse, chances are we're either going to get rain or clouds. So I would not be too shocked if it ends up being so cloudy on Friday that we're not able to see the eclipse, because that just seems to be how it works in Oregon. So we're gonna hope for it. I'm gonna get all my stuff set up and charged up, and we are gonna try and take some good photos of the lunar eclipse on Friday, because how often do you get to see a complete lunar eclipse with a blood moon? That's gonna look super cool. So tell me if you're excited for that. This guy can't have too much left in him. We've already blown him up like 3 times. The other guy's using a gun lance, so he's got to be low on hit points. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, or as happy as a Monday as you can be. You know, for most of us, that means we're going back to work. And I don't know about y'all, but I've started getting, like, these Sunday blues where it's like, I know the workday is starting again here soon, so you start getting a little depressed because you know I've got to go back into that office come Monday, and that sucks. Boom! Blow his face right off. Hit him again. Yeah, he's got nothing left in him. Do we have any traps? Did I remember to put traps in? I did not. Okay, well, if y'all want to trap this dude, that's up to you, because I forgot to bring my traps, because I am a terrible monster hunter. But, and hoping not to jinx myself here, at least it didn't crash. Oh, they are gonna... Look at that. That's one hunt down. We now have some good, baboon skins, I guess. Let's hit them with the... Nice to meet y'all. Good hunt, good hunt. If you're currently playing Monster Hunter, what weapon are you all using? I have swapped fully to the gun lance. I'm usually a sword and shield kind of dude, but I love the theme of the gun lance so much that I just gotta. What is all this? I got rusted blades? Okay. Sometimes you just gotta go for the rule of cool, right? Like, yes, I'm better with the sword and shield, but the gun lance is so cool. Hello. That, how can you not? How can you not use the giant weapon that blows enemies to pieces? Alright, we'll take my 450 points and get my ore. We're gonna need a lot of that. And let's see what else. What else do y'all need help with? What else are we gonna hunt? I need more hats. Raido, Gormagala. Let's hunt the Raido. Good morning, Dex. Is it working? And Bread's here too. Hello, both of you. I just did one successful hunt, so it has worked for... See, what time is it? It has worked for 15 minutes so far. Or, excuse me, 8 minutes. It has worked for 8 minutes so far, so... I am hesitant to call that a success, but we have at least hunted one monster. Here's hoping. I am enjoying the game when it works, but that's a big if at this time. I did start looking though, so now that Monster Hunter came out, I realized like, oh, that was like the game I was looking forward to this year, right? So I was like, what game is there left to look forward to coming out this year now that I've got the big game I was waiting for? So I had to go look up a chart of all the release dates in 2025 to try and find other games that I'm hyped for. I think the next game that I'm actually actually hyped for is going to be Doom Dark Ages. That's like all the way in May, right? So that's decently far away. Then after Doom, I think will be Tales of the Shire, and that's right near my birthday. I'm still not confident that Tales of the Shire is going to be good. I am still fairly confident that it is not going to be a good game, but we're going to give it a try. A few other cozy games actually came out recently that I want to try as well, so the cozy game genre is definitely thriving. Do you play horror games? Yeah, I like a good horror game, but I am an absolute coward, so you know, horror games take me a while to get through. There is, I don't know if you consider this a horror game, but so I write for a group called Catholic Game Reviews, who obviously reviews games from a Catholic perspective. and someone requested that we review Parasite Eve, like the old PlayStation 1 game. I don't know if you consider that horror, but I am slowly working my way through Parasite Eve right now, despite it being like 25 years old. Professor Layton, GTA 6, and Lost Souls aside. Alright, so Professor Layton, that will be good. I have no doubt Professor Layton is solid all the way through. GTA 6, I stand by my original comments, and I know it's unpopular. GTA 6 is not going to be a good game. It is going to be just meh. Lots of people love GTA 5, but the only reason they love it is for all the online things. If you just play it in a single-player vacuum, like, it's fine for a single-player game for a few hours, but overall it's just going to be a big, empty world with the same things to do that you did in GTA 5. I just don't have faith that it's actually going to be a good game. I think it's going to rest on its laurels too much, and it's just going to be more of the same thing. I am ready to be proven wrong, Rockstar, but I do not think GTA 6 is going to be a good game. Good morning, Bubble. Good morning, good morning. Have I played Five Nights at Freddy? I played the first Five Nights at Freddy, and I suck at it. So I did not get too far in it. I do really want to get a PlayStation 2 VR, and I would love to play the Five Nights at Freddy in PlayStation 2 VR. That looks like a lot of fun, but it's hard to justify the price of a PlayStation 2 VR, you know? So I'm hoping now that they drop the price permanently of the PlayStation 2 VR that people will be selling the secondhand one for like $200. And if I can pick one up for $200, I can justify that for Resident Evil, was it 7 or 8, Resident Evil 4, Five Nights at Freddy 2, and Horizon Call of the whatever. So I hope to play that Five Nights at Freddy, but I haven't played a whole bunch of them. Like, I was truly next level awful at the game. Did you get scared? The jump scares really didn't do it for me. The horror that does it for me is like slow burning. Like, the only horror movie that comes to mind that ever gave me like a little bit of a scare is Insidious with Bagul. Like, the times you'd see Bagul in the background just slowly moving, like, it was such a good like little psychological thriller. That was the only one I ever found, like, scary. Is YouTube glitching? It won't let me comment on your short. Sounds like it, because I have comments on all my shorts, so there shouldn't be any issues with that. In theory.
Not to mention wanting to speak with you. I believe it's about...
Can't comment on my shorts either. Here, let me... What short are you guys looking at? Let me check. See if I forgot to... No, it's letting me add comments. So, must just be YouTube acting finicky this morning. As it do, as it do. Yeah, I really don't want to do that. Let's do this one. You do YouTube shorts? Yes, I post between 2 and 3 YouTube shorts a day. So, yesterday I posted Edgar's meme of me. I posted about my complete and absolute failure in Pokemon. Usually I do a Helldivers or D&D meme of some sort, and then occasionally a photo. If I've done photography lately, I'll do a lot of photography stuff, but I'll be honest, like, I haven't gotten out and done photos in a while. Like, the other day I went out to go do photos, and I did not get any... Is it dead? I think it glitched. Oh, there we go. So usually something along those lines, but I haven't done a lot of I have not done a lot of photography. I want to go out and do more photographies, but for some reason, I just haven't found anything like inspiring or interesting or anything like that. I know you do shorts. I don't watch them because 97% of them piss you off. I need to do more Helldivers. In fact, I recorded some Helldivers stuff to make a Helldivers video this morning, but I decided to stream instead. So, getting lazy. I think I have also figured out what I'm going to do for a schedule. I think I'm going to stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then that will leave me Tuesdays and Thursdays to make the actual videos. And I think that should be a good balance that will let me get some stuff done. So I think I'm going to try sticking to that as a schedule. Granted, like streaming on Monday, I can only stream for like an hour max before I gotta go get ready for work and do chores. But what is the name of this game? This is Monster Hunter Wilds. This is the new Monster Hunter game. I am also on the hunt for, I am trying to get the original Monster Hunter on PlayStation 2 because everyone on like Reddit and such is complaining that Monster Hunter Wilds is too easy and that it's way too different from the original Monster Hunter, and they don't like that. And so I'm kind of curious, like what does the original Monster Hunter play like? Like, how different is the original Monster Hunter? So I'm going to get the original Monster Hunter on PlayStation 2 and give that a playthrough and compare it to where we are now. I was also excited to see this morning that Monster Hunter is popular enough. It got a crossover event. It got a crossover event with Zoids, where they turned some of the Zoids into some of the monsters from Monster Hunter, and I only saw a little bit of Zoids back in the day when like Toonami played it, but I absolutely loved Zoids. I didn't know, like, I had no idea Zoids was still going, so that's kind of exciting to see. I liked Zoids. I'm hoping I can find some of it. Gotta find physical DVDs of it. We are trying to build our physical DVD collection. Can I read this? I can, Brad. I can see that. I can't read the hieroglyphics, but I can see the message. But streaming services have just gone downhill lately, so we are trying to build our physical media collection so that when inevitably our favorite series get taken off of streaming services, we can still enjoy them. So we are trying to build up our physical media collection right now. So the first thing I'm looking for is Star Trek The Next Generation DVDs. I have Avatar The Last Airbender. So very excited for that one. I'm excited for the new Avatar. I know a lot of people have their doubts about it, especially with like the whole Twin 2 Avatar things that they've been talking about, but Korra I don't think is as bad as people give it credit for, don't give it credit for. So I think a new Avatar series will be just fine. I don't anticipate it being bad. I know people love to hate on Korra, but I don't think Korra was that bad. There was definitely some issues with it, but it's not nearly as bad. Plus, like, Avatar The Last Airbender in itself is like top 10 best TV shows of all time. Like, of course the sequels aren't going to live up to that. What are the odds of creating two masterpieces like that back to back, right? Like, anyone who wanted Korra to be as good as the original Avatar just was expecting too much, I feel like. I have Avatar, Dexter, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, Legend of Korra, most of my favorite movies, and a bunch of Marvel. I do want to collect Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, too. I got the first season of that. That is a good show that I would like to get more of as well. Fresh Prince is a solid sitcom. dude, what are you doing? My cat is running all about today. Weirdly enough, I've been getting a lot of TikToks for an older sitcom. I want to say, well, actually, I want to say it's, I know it has like Uncle Jesse who wears a motorcycle, or worse, Uncle Jesse who rides a motorcycle, and like there's two little girls who are like 5, who are like the witty, snappy, says snarky things. Does anyone know what sitcom that is? Like Family Days or All in the House or something. What is the name of that sitcom with Uncle Jesse? Someone here's got to know. Boom! Big explosion. Whatever, isn't Uncle Jesse Full House? It might be Full House. It might be Full House. That is the worst sitcom I have seen anything from. Like, it seems like their entire shtick for Full House is, look, we have these kids say things that kids shouldn't have said. Look how funny it is. Like every clip I have seen of that show has been the most unfunny thing that I have seen on TikTok. And maybe it's just 'cause like I didn't grow up with it, but like I don't understand why people like Full House. I suppose people think the same thing though, like when they go and watch like the Cosby Show again, right? Like times have changed, so I'm guessing that show has probably not held up very well either. So maybe it's just you had to be there, right? Maybe it's one of those things where it was funny back then, but not anymore. We also started watching for fun. If you're eating any food, say what food. I ate too much this weekend, so I am going to be fasting today. So no food for me, because we were talking about hot pot, and there's this new hot pot restaurant that opened up in Portland. So we went and tried hot pot. Hi Jay, welcome. Jose, I'm leaving. You're like Dexter, right? You got to get used to the bad opinions, but so there was this new hot pot restaurant, so we went and tried the new hot pot restaurant, and I didn't realize going into it, it's an all-you-can-eat hot pot restaurant. So I ate a little bit too much there, but man, was it delicious. I did try, oh shoot, what is it called? I tried a spicy chili oil hot pot bowl. That was not messing around. I like spicy food. I did not, the chili oil like coats your tongue, so it's like this slow burn where it just slowly gets hotter and hotter and like it coats your entire mouth. It was delicious, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna do a chili oil hot pot again. I'm definitely never doing the chili oil again. And then we did there was a restaurant, an Indian restaurant that everyone says is really good. So we went and tried that and got some garlic naan and some different masalas, and that was pretty darn good. What's Portland like? Is it overrun with homeless? I've been looking at West Coast cities to go to. I think a lot of Portland is over exaggerated with how bad it is. Like, don't get me wrong, there are areas of Portland that I definitely would say avoid. There definitely are areas that seem to be overrun, but there's also a lot of great restaurants. There's some great culture. I personally try to avoid Portland, but that is more because the traffic is just abysmal and atrocious, and the city tries really hard to do like mixed traffic, so you're on the road and you're sharing the road with like a dedicated bike lane, and then there's also an electric tram that comes through and dedicated bus lanes, so you've got all this chaos of traffic and these huge bridges that go way over water that Emmy doesn't like. She doesn't like going on the bridges over the water. So I think a lot of people over exaggerate how bad Portland is. Again, there are some bad areas of it. Like one time I took Emmy out to dinner. We went to a restaurant and some guy approached us in the parking lot who was trying really, really, really hard to scam us out of money. And when we ignored him and got in the car, he sent his girlfriend and had her run into the street and try and get hit by our car. And when she saw that I wasn't going to stop for her, she moved out of the way. Thank goodness, because I didn't want to run her over. But if I had to run her over, I had to run her over, right? So there is definitely problems there. But if you could move to any city in Oregon, like if the city didn't matter, you just wanted to come to some city here in Oregon, I would definitely say somewhere on the coast, like Tillamook, Seaside, or Lincoln City. I absolutely love those cities. They're like small towns, seaside kind of vibes. Feels great. Lots of good food, good places to visit. There's some great places in Southern Oregon. I think like Ashland. It's more California than Oregon, but Ashland is an absolutely beautiful city with a ton of history. Again, it's got great food, things that were featured like on diners, drive-thrus, and dives by, I can't remember, Guy Fieri. So it's got food like that. It's got a wonderful college. It's got great festival. It's got the Shakespearean Festival, so it's got a lot of like small local independent theaters and actors. And just great feels. We went out, they had a children's Halloween parade when we were down there, and I was like, okay, like a little children's parade, so there'll probably be like 20, 30 people maybe. No, they had like the whole town came out. Hundreds, if not thousands, tens of thousands of people came to watch the kids parade around their costumes. It was just the whole town came out for it. So it was a great place. So Ashland is on the top of my list for must-see Oregon places. My big thing is it's walkable, low crime and homeless, not huge issues, great restaurants, and has a big hospital for jobs. Portland definitely meets that criteria. Then Portland is probably the most walkable city you'll have in Oregon. They have a lot of great hospitals. It's where the big ones in the state are, as well as like research centers and things like that. So if that's what you're looking for, Portland is for sure worth the visit. I would say so. And the great food. Portland restaurants are next here. We went and we had like an Ecuadorian restaurant. Never had that food before. It was delicious. We tried a Thai restaurant up there. You can find basically any kind of food, and it's wonderful. I'm just not a huge fan of crowds because of my anxiety, so big cities just are never going to be my thing. They're never going to be my preferences, just because between driving anxiety and regular anxiety, it's too much. But there are some great stores to see there. Like when we go up there, my wife likes to go to Powell's. Powell's is like one of the largest used bookstores ever. Like it's just 4 stories of used books to enjoy, which is that's a really great thing for the community. They, of course, have Broadway up there, so lots of shows on Broadway come through there. We went and saw The Lion King, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. All wonderful shows. I would love to go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra again. They did wonderful when we went and saw them. Cirque du Soleil we saw up there. Would you say Vancouver's similar? I've heard good things about it. It's right next to Portland. My main thing would be public transportation and walkability. I could commute to Portland for the job. I haven't spent a lot of time in Vancouver, but you are right. It's just across the bridge. It's probably a little cheaper, a little more affordable. The problem with Vancouver is if you're going to commute to Portland, it's a commute. And the traffic in Portland is no joke. Like, going from Vancouver to Portland, especially if you're riding public transportation, can be like a 1 or 2 hour event, even though they're right next to each other. Like, when I worked in Portland for one of my jobs, take it easy, Brad, see you next time. Getting out of Portland could take over an hour. Like, I live an hour away, but my commute would be 1 to 3 hours, depending on how bad the traffic was in Portland, because just escaping Portland was the majority of the amount of time it took. So traffic was a huge frustration. So if you're riding the bus and stuff, be prepared for a commute. You're going to be commuting every day. Even if you live within Portland, if you're just trying to get across town, it can take quite a while with traffic. Does Portland not have a train for commute? It does have a max line, is what they call it, I think. I've never personally ridden it because I've never been local enough to Portland to be able to ride the train. I've heard good things about it though. Heard good things and heard bad things. You know, standard big city train things. It gets you there quickly, but also you have to deal with the buskers and the threats of people who might not be the most kind on the train. But I've never ridden it personally, so I couldn't speak to that one. I know the songs, I can do the dances. Film it, yes. Become TikTok famous. Film yourself dancing and become the next TikTok star. This guy can't have too much more in him. He's got to be going down in a few seconds. Another place, if you're gonna visit Oregon, like if you're gonna visit Portland just to check it out and see the sights, check out Portland, you gotta visit Mount Angel. It's a small little town full of German immigrants, so it's got a lot of German architecture. Beautiful town, and it has, I'm gonna say, world famous Mount Angel Abbey, where the monks brew their own beer. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience to get to go to the Abbey and sing with the monks and pray with the monks and then drink a beer with the monks. It is probably one of those experiences I think everyone needs in their lifetime at least once. It also has a sausage company that makes some of the most delicious cheese curd and German sausage I've ever eaten. It's a beautiful little town full of great history. And the Abbey is just the most peaceful place on earth. I'm German on both sides. You would love it. Then they got like a town that's called like the Glockenspiel, that's got like a fully working like German cuckoo clock style, but it's giant, so people outside of it can see it. The whole architecture, the whole 9 yards. It's a wonderful town. And if you can come like for Oktoberfest, obviously because of the German heritage, they shut down the entire town for Oktoberfest, and the entire streets become lined with booths full of local handcraft makers. There's all sorts of cool artisans. The town itself, like I said, is very German, but it's also very Catholic, obviously because of the monks there. So if you happen to be Catholic, there's also a ton of cool stuff. I met a local artist. Unfortunately, he stopped talking to me. I was really hoping he'd let me interview him. This local artist goes around to, like, what do you call them, like secondhand stores. He goes to secondhand stores and he finds crosses, roses, and crucifixes that are damaged, old, antique, that are no longer loved, and he buys them and restores them. So he's a woodworker and metalworker, and he'll like restore it and turn it into a new piece of art. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. So he's always there making things, which is really cool. There's a lot of local breweries to there. So if you like any sorts of wine or spirits, there's tons of those kind of crafters there. And because it's all farmland, there's a bunch of like farmers market sort of things too. We found a local hazelnut farmer who makes, they make milk alternatives out of hazelnuts. So if you happen to be lactose intolerant or dairy allergic to dairy, they make a shelf-stable milk alternative out of hazelnuts that's actually really good. So Mount Angel is a must visit. I was actually working on last night again. It's been a while. I'm trying to make a board game, and I want to make it based off of Mount Angel. I want to do the Monks of Mount Angel because they have a little coffee shop there too. So I would really love to make a board game based on you work as a priest or a monk at a coffee shop, and you're trying to raise money for your cause by selling coffee. I think that would be a lot of fun. I've sold you. Great. Come see Oregon. There's so much. And if you visit Mount Angel, you're going to be about 30 minutes away from Silver Falls, that's like the touristy thing that everyone says that you got to come visit. And I'm not going to disagree with them. Silver Falls is, I think, 26 miles of just beautiful waterfalls, forest protected land, and it is truly a beautiful and wonderful place. So if you're going to go to Mount Angel, you might as well go and do that as well, right? See, I need these all to match up. So I've got some parts, but I don't have enough parts. I need them all to say dragon to get a dragon cannon. So we've almost got enough, but not quite.
See you later.
I love to drive up to Silver Falls and go for walks up there. It's beautiful land. Let's see, what else is there must do in Oregon? There's a lot. There's a lot of great things. Oregon's got a lot of really good stuff going for it, because you've got Portland, we've talked about. You've got the religion and history. You've got the beautiful landscape of Silver Falls. And then if you go to Southern Oregon or Eastern Oregon, we actually have a full-on high desert. So we've got a whole bunch of different landscapes. So there's an actual high desert. So the entire area is completely different, and that's a whole other ball game of history and cool things to visit, to see, and to do. I watched this guy, Blacktail Studios from Portland. Apparently there's a huge lumber woodworking scene. So Portland has a reputation for being full of hipsters, and that is a very well-earned reputation. But with those hipsters, you get you got blacksmiths there. They were really famous on YouTube for a while. There was the person who wears a Darth Vader helmet and rides a unicycle and blows the flaming, what's it called? The flaming pipe bags. So like that person exists in Portland. Some of the best cosplayers you'll find around are from here, who craft and create here. We have a store that literally is just like a free store where you can just go in and grab whatever you want. There's a store that sells unwanted stuff. Like they sell bread tabs and twist ties and broken screws, and basically it's a garbage store where people buy all sorts of things for their craft projects. Like if you need shoelaces, if you need dirty shoelaces and milk tabs, that store will sell you in bulk dirty shoelaces and milk tabs. So we have a crafting scene. So if you are an artisan of any type, you will be right at home for it. James Oliver, hello, welcome. I'm doing well today. How are you doing? We're just talking about Portland. I don't think I can say that word. I have no idea what that word is. And the photography in Portland is wonderful. I would like to do more photography in Portland. Also, if you don't eat meat, if you do any sort of like vegetarianism, veganism, Portland is huge into that scene, so you'll have a lot of options for vegetarian and vegan, which is awesome. I personally am vegetarian, so I always appreciate having more vegetarian options. I don't think I'll ever go full vegan, but I don't mind the idea of eating more vegan and, you know, impacting a little bit less for animals, but I don't think I could ever go full vegan. I hear you, Buns. What are you doing? My cat is making me really nervous this morning because he's just up to no good. He's just running around, doing all sorts of things. What's the most walkable, nicest neighborhood in Portland? I do not know Portland well enough to tell you the neighborhoods. Like I couldn't tell you a single neighborhood in the area. I drive from where I live up to Portland, and I just park at like whatever's closest to where I'm going and get in, get out. So I've never actually explored any of the neighborhoods. They have an IKEA though. I don't know if that counts, but the IKEA's big enough it could be its own neighborhood. So my answer is IKEA for that. They also have a couple of like the best chocolate stores I've ever been to. I don't eat sugar, but they make some really nice sugar-free dark chocolates. That's really nice. We are going to have to go back up there. I know Dex was saying he wanted to see Hamilton again. Emmy was asking me if I would go see Hamilton on Broadway, so we are going to go back up to Portland and watch Hamilton. I missed the Hamilton craze, so I never saw Hamilton. I've never seen the Broadway, never seen the movie, never listened to any of the songs. I missed the Broadway craze, so I guess it's time to finally catch up on Hamilton. The monster's retrieving, it just wants to live. That is true, it just wants to live, but also it's got delicious flesh that makes a nice hat, and I want that hat, so, you know, something's got to give. Farm-to-table culture is huge. There is a big farm-to-table culture there. Also, a big amount of art. And wine. If you're into wine culture, there is a lot of wine in our area. If you're big into wine or local IPA producers, hops and wine are both huge in our area. It looks like a balloon animal cannot unsee. It does balloon up a little bit. I can see balloon animal. It's one of those things where, like, talking about Portland and Mount Angel and how many great things there are in Oregon. I know a lot of people when they get older, it's the whole like, I can't wait to leave this town. I can't wait to go to a different state. I can't wait to go see something else. Like, you don't get a whole lot of that from Oregon, just because Oregon has so much diversity and so much to do and so much good stuff. Like there's almost no reason to leave Oregon. Me and the wife love wine, beer, and charcuterie. Then yeah, then I would say Portland is for you. Especially if you like cheese and meats part of charcuterie. Tillamook Cheese Factory is right in Tillamook, Oregon. And there are many people who will tell you that Tillamook cheese is the best cheese, like, of all time. And I would agree with that. So you can get some really, really nice charcuterie boards here. So some really good smoked meats and some really good cheese. Tillamook makes, we used to call it squeaky cheese. There's these cheese curds that when you eat them, they're so they're so like moist and tender that they squeak in your mouth. It's really fun and really good and really delicious. They also make some wonderful ice cream. I've given up on the story of this game, so forgive me for skipping through the cutscenes, but there's just, every time it's the same thing. It's, something's damaging the land. Oh, it's a monster. Thanks for defeating the monster that's damaging the land. Oh no, something's damaging the land. What could it possibly be? Oh no, it's a monster. So I've given up on the story. I've given up on caring about the story. So let's go. This is the final end boss, I believe. This is the one that everyone's struggling with. This is like the tempered, raging Arkveld. This is the end boss. So let's see if we can beat the end boss. You're supposed to narrate the game. Monsters bad. That is the entirety of the game.
So am I. Have you been looking into Arkveld this whole
Narrate it in character. Actually, I've talked about this before, but like I have a hard time playing RPGs unless I can make my own character because I like to roleplay. I like to get into my character. I haven't really done that for Monster Hunter because there's not really much of a story, but there is a Monster Hunter Dungeons and Dragons manual that allow you to convert your regular game into a Monster Hunter game. And I am tempted to run that. I think that would be a ton of fun. I do plan on doing a Monster Hunter Dungeons and Dragons. Unfortunately, right now, I'm in a Dungeons and Dragons game on Tuesday, and then I play World of Warcraft Dungeons and Dragons on Saturdays, so I can't fit another D&D game in my schedule. So here's hoping my Tuesday game cancels eventually, and then I can squeeze in Monster Hunter Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesdays. So I am enjoying, so my Tuesday game, I play the Minotaur. He is, I built him using Beauty and the Beast as a basis. So he is a Minotaur paladin who married a human girl, Beauty and the Beast. She died, and his whole goal in life now is to die so that he can be returned to his wife and at peace with his wife. And it is a lot of fun playing a Dungeons and Dragons character that has like no care for his own well-being. Like, usually you're being cautious, like, oh no, what if they're traps? Or we don't want to do this because what if there's danger? But because my character doesn't care about traps and doesn't care about danger, it's a lot of fun to go and explore and do stupid things you usually wouldn't do because you're trying to preserve your character, because I just don't care if my character dies because his goal is to die. So it's been a lot of fun playing him. And like we found this cursed amulet that made it so that you couldn't eat. So I was like, oh, perfect. Like, I just need to pick up the cursed amulet and my character will eventually starve to death, and then problem solved. But the party would not let me have it. The party would not share the amulet with me because they refuse to let my character die because he's the healer. So the only reason why they stay alive, the only reason why they can do half the stuff they do is because I'm healing and reviving them. So it's a really interesting back and forth where my characters just let me die and they won't let him die. Alright, this is the end boss. He carries two giant like chain whips like Ivy from Soul Calibur.
It really did find a way to live.
And allegedly, he is a huge pain in the butt to fight, so let's find out how tough he really is. See what he's really made of.
Get down!
Oh well, boss fight over. It got tasered. GG. Apparently, it can convert electricity into anger. A useful skill to have, I suppose. End of the game. Yes, this is the end game monster. This is the the highest tier monster, the highest level. Nothing goes above this monster as of yet. They did already announce that they are launching DLC in like 3 months.
Stop it.
That's going to have new monsters, new difficulty, new hats.
We can't leave it like this. The path we must take is clear.
Nata. You're sure?
Give me the order.
If I were a hunter, it's what I would do.
All right.
By order of the guild, put that monster down.
Alma! Right. The target is an aberrant arcbound. The guild authorizes the hunt. Understood.
I like how you have to ask for authorization first. It's destroying the ecosystem in the world, but you got to make sure that you fill out the paperwork first. Okay, it's fast. We gotta be a little bit more careful than that. Boom! Yeah, that's right. I'm stronger than you. Deal with it. Okay. It's going Super Saiyan. This is where the fight gets tough. Okay, so it likes to grab us, so I'm definitely going to need to grab some slinger ammo so that it can't grab me. Ooh. It got past my shield there. All right, let's back off for a second and heal. I need... Dodge that. I need to grab this slinger ammo. There we go. Okay. That will help me if it grabs me again. Give it a little poke. I know I'm going to regret saying this, but so far not too bad. This isn't nearly as hard as I thought, based on what everyone was saying online. But we still got a whole lot of fight left, so you know we'll see. Fred's back. Welcome back, Fred. That was intimidating, but didn't really do anything, so... All bark and no bite with this one. Boom! And big explosion to finish it. Big damage. All right, we destroyed a wound on its head. He's taken some damage. He's not happy about it. He's stunned. Big hit. I keep forgetting he can hit me with the tail. I gotta watch that tail attack. That is hurting me the most here. Alright, first phase down. We did pretty well there, I would say. We took a little bit more damage than I would have liked, but we actually, not too bad. Let's go hunt him down. But he's probably got, what, 3 phases, maybe 4, so he's only going to get more dangerous as he gets closer to death, so... It's also kind of cheesing it using the gun lance, because the gun lance is just so good with the ability to block. Like, the ability to just block any damage is so fun, but I acknowledge it's a little bit cheesy. Okay, he's in a terrible spot here. I hate these sand dunes because of the level difference, so we're gonna have to try and lure him off of the sand dunes. Alright, he's stunned. We'll do a big shot. Alright, 3 explosions. Okay. Power Clash. That is so cool when you can Power Clash them. One of my favorite new additions to the series is the Power Clash, because that is just so cool. I'm just going to do a few quick little pokes right there. The little monsters are stabbing him in the face. That's helpful. Thank you, little monsters. Thank you for the assist. And big explosion. Get a second one off. Blow his wing up. Oh, he mad. Note to self, monsters do not like being shot in the face. We have learned something today. Aren't you glad that we're scientists learning about monsters? How would we have possibly known these important facts of life if we didn't do this? If we didn't hunt the monsters, how would we know that they don't like being exploded in the face? Or jabbed in the face with a giant blade. It reminds me of that that Family Guy bit where they put the lipstick on the bunny, and they're like, our lipstick does not make the rabbit bulletproof. We know that now. That's what being a monster hunter feels like. All right, sharpen our blades. I think Ark is asking more to be shot at. I would agree. The Arkfold is asking for it. All right, he's stunned. Big shot. Reload. Okay, we were waiting for this. We knew he was going to grab us. That's why we grabbed slinger ammo just for that. Alright, he's charging up to anger mode again. Oh, he broke his wing. Nice. No more flight for you, huh? Charged up shot right in the face again. I wonder if I can capture him. Is he capturable? I'm guessing not. He's supposed to be the ending boss, right? So I don't think you can capture him. I guess it doesn't hurt to try. I'm not sure if you're able to capture him, though. So let's give it a shot. Worst I can do is just make him more angry, right? Like, yes, you can capture him? Awesome.
More supplies to get out.
Is he going to sleep? Oh, perfect.
Chop set.
Does not look like he is capturable. I wasted that. That's a bummer. I probably could have took him down there if I wasn't wasting that, but okay. Oh, he big mad again. Little poke. Capture it, not kill it. Well, apparently I have to. I tried to capture it, and that did not work, so... Oh, he got around my shield again. He is very smart about that, about like hitting on the side of my shield so that I can't block them. So smart, so majestic. All right, let's back up, back up. Avoid the tail attack. That's what we're waiting for. Big opening to blow his face off. He can't take many more of those. That's got to be... He probably take one more of those. There's no way he has much more left in him. Boom. All right, so online, I was kind of fearing this fight because everyone was telling me how many times they died to this dude, and it was taking them half hour plus to take him down. That was kind of a letdown for how hard everyone online was making it out to be. Unless that wasn't the end boss, unless I'm wrong and there's one more after this, but that was kind of way easier than I was expecting. Dude did not put up the fight I thought he would. Blaze Jewel, Grinder Jewel. I really need an Artillery 3 Jewel is what we're looking for. Artillery 3 is the only jewel I'm really interested in right now. YouTube crashed. Apparently YouTube's just having some problems today. You're not alone in that. A lot of people are having issues.
It's okay.
Everyone's who complaining are that the ones that didn't upgrade their gear and wonder why they get one shot. That probably sounds that probably sounds about right. I didn't realize this, but there are a lot of people who insist like the right way to play Monster Hunter is don't upgrade your gear until you're at least into the rank 6 or 7 high level gear, which sounds like I get the idea like, oh well, you're just gonna replace the gear anyways, but it just sounds like you're making every fight harder and longer when you could take 10 minutes to go hunt a monster to turn it into a weapon to make it a little bit easier to get to those high levels, right? Like, I don't get the whole I'm not going to upgrade any of my gear until the very, very end game. Now, if you're one of the people who say that the game's too easy and you're tired of the game being too easy, sure, play with no gear and make the game a little bit harder. Like, if that's what you want to do, no problem with that, but you gave justice to the newbies getting carded 10 times trying to beat Ark. All right, was that it? Is that truly, that was the end? No more quests? That was the big bad?
Yes. Somebody wants to make a trade. Okay, bye.
Okay, did we unlock anything new? Like, do we get new armor at least? New weapons? Like a maxed out Arkvold set? Yeah, okay, so there is Arkvold A and Guardian Arkvold, Guild Ace, and Dragon King. Okay. Let's see what here. Dragon King gives us Counter-Strike, Guild Ace gives us Peak Performance Constitution 4A. Guardian Arkvold gives us Weakness, Exploit, and Flair. And Elemental Absorption. And Arkvold A gives us Quick Sheath, Convert Element, and Weakness, Exploit. HR 50, you get more melding options. I do need more melding options. Unfortunately, I don't think really any of these are like super good for me. Flare gives more wounds. It is too easy, you can't argue against it. It's a solid critic point. I mean, I'm not the greatest Monster Hunter player, so I don't find it to be too easy, but also I'm not great at the game, so maybe it's just because I am bad at the game. How's my day been? The day has just been starting. We are streaming first thing in the morning, right before work, so unfortunately I gotta go to work after this, and that's when the day doesn't get so good. Did so many investigations, I jumped from 40 to 84 after the level cap. I've heard that you need to get to level 100. I've heard that more things unlock for you when you hit level 100 hunter level. My friend has the Arson armor, but I haven't unlocked it. I have the materials. I was just going to look at that. I've got some artisanal things, but not enough, because I need one more dragon, level 7 dragon tube here to create an artisanal weapon, I think. I mean, I could craft this, but I just don't know that it's going to be better than what I already have. Like, it's shelling long, power normal. That's not exactly what I want. That's shelling wide. That's better. I guess the affinity doesn't matter too much to me, but I guess I could. Should I create this weapon? Like, poison's not bad. It's got a lot more sharpness, and it's got 3 level 2 slots, which would allow me to get a little bit more. I guess let's craft it, right? That's what's the worst happen. Let's craft it and see what happens. I've never made one of these before, so let's make an artisanal weapon.
Fits you to a T.
So let's go look at it. Artisan weapons is where you do want to be picky. So this is what I'm using currently, the Jin to Hop 1. It's got a slightly strong power with wide range, and it has a level 3 slot and a level 2 slot with guard 3. All things I very much like. And then this is the cannon that I just made. So it's got 3 slots instead of 2. It's got a little bit more sharpness, a little less power, but it's got a high affinity for poison type. Oh man, that is hideous though. Holy cow, that is some next level ugly. That is my artisanal gun lance. However, I can fit some extra things in here. So what is currently, I have a magazine on here. So we want to put magazine level 3 in there, and then I can grab artillery 2. Is that all? I only have one artillery 2? They are not the prettiest. No, it is not the prettiest weapon by far. That is totally accurate. Critical hit. And then we need to grab this jewel out of there. Oh no, don't do that. Let's grab this. And let's take these jewels out. Oh, but you know what? I can't fit the level 3 jewel in here. So I can max out my artillery, which is good, but I can't put in the... I can't put in my magazine level 3 jewel, which is way more important to have that extra shell. So you know what? This is not going to do it. This is not good enough. So let's put our artillery jewel back in. Let's grab our... I guess we could do a magazine jewel, but we need level 2, so we need a level 2 magazine jewel, which we don't have yet. So if we had a level 2 magazine, we could probably pull that off. But for now, we're just going to go back to what we had. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do... I have not collected night flowers. What do you need the night flowers for? I'm going to have to recraft this weapon. It is not good enough yet. It is not better than what I've got right now, so... where did my level 3 jewel go, though? Put the artillery jewel there. And then we need... Now the real weapon grind begins. Yeah, I've gotta grind up another weapon here to make what I'm trying to do. Where did it go? My jewel is gone. There it is. Magazine, handicraft jewel. There we go. Okay. I guess I should create my secondary weapon too. I haven't really been using a whole lot of secondary weapons once switching to the gun lance, so... Unfortunately, it is about time for me to start getting ready for work. Flowers in low rank Balhar quests turn into golden tickets. Good to know. So, we've streamed for an hour. That's all I got in me. Now I gotta go get ready for work. Oh, excuse me. So, as always, let's end with our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day and all that you do for me. Today we pray for the Pope. May he get better, as he is currently or was in critical condition. Lord, help him to recover his strength. He still has a lot that he can teach us and guide us towards a better path and a better world. We pray for our world leaders who seem to be making decisions that may endanger or harm the earth. Lord, help to guide them to make better decisions that are better for the people and better for the world, and lead all souls towards you. We pray for all the people who are students, all those who are in education, all those people who are learning. Lord, help to guide them. And we pray for all the people who are still on their Lenten fasts, who are doing penance, who are trying to grow closer to you, Lord. Help them to overcome those challenges, to resist temptation, and grow closer to you. And finally, we pray for all the souls in purgatory, all the people who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, thank you everyone for joining me today. As always, I appreciate you hanging out with me on Monday mornings when we stream super early. I do plan on trying to stick to a schedule now of streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So hopefully we will see you all Wednesday and we will continue the hunt then. Thank you again and have a blessed day, everyone.